Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of WMSC's Local Live. We're going to have a weird delay. Okay, there we go. Now the house music is off. And we are broadcasting live from Anodyne and Walker's Point, and we've got a live audience. Make some noise, live audience. Thanks, everybody, for coming out tonight. Tonight's show is also being live streamed, as you know, if you're watching me from the video or your computer right now, on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, and of course you can tune in at 91.7 anytime.
Local Live is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space. Now, folks, whether you are listening at home on the radio, whether you are listening at home on your favorite device, whether you are watching on YouTube, or if you're here tonight with us at Anodyne, and believe me, the stars are out tonight, you're in for a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, folks, give it up for Collections of Colonies of Bees.
It's split in two. Inside and even. Probably ain't true. Still gotta listen. It's a new one. You got it right. It's a new one. Dark with the night. With the night.
It's getting too, probably true. You got it right, dark with the night. It's getting too, probably true. You got it right, dark with the night. It's getting too, probably ain't true. You got it right, dark with the night. It's getting too, probably ain't true. You got it right, dark with the night.
It's split in two. Inside and neither. Probably ain't true.
Hey kid, you loved him more than anything. Newborn, change the names before you send them out. New name. Call the one you knew in a nighttime blue. Every year, where'd they go? You know, they all started here. Oh, you're on your own. And it gets up with a little life to learn to burn. Oh, you'll need a better light or an answer, maybe more. Waiting for nothing, waiting for nothing. Oh, let it go like smoke. Get lit. Sweetness ain't for strangers. In the nighttime blue, then quit. Only for you is the picture true. Nothing stays, and God is gone. But everybody prays away. Oh, you're on your own. And it gets up with a little light to learn to burn. Oh, you'll need a better light for an answer, maybe more. Waiting for nothing.
Brand new stuff from Collections of Colonies of Bees right here on WMSE's Local Live. We are live down at Anodyne on Bruce Street in Walker's Point. You can still get here if you feel like it. Chris, welcome.
Hi, yes, thanks, guys.
Would you mind introducing the band for us?
Yeah, no problem. So we got Ben Derrickson on drums, we got Matt Skemp on bass and sub bass, we got Dan Spack on guitar and vocals, and we got Mary L. Alschwang on vocals and vocal processing. And I'm Chris, yeah, whatever.
All right. Now, I had the pleasure of seeing you guys over the weekend at the Seventh Steinine Festival. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Who knows, but that sounds right to me.
Okay, great. And it was a fantastic event, so many great bands. Could you tell people a little bit about that festival and how you got involved?
Yeah, it's a festival that has been going on for a couple years in Washington, D.C. A bunch of friends of ours put it on there. They kind of hit us up. When was it? Like February? Super early this year. Asked about doing it here. Kelsey at Cactus was obviously rad. And everyone just got a bunch of bands together, and it was totally great. It was smooth as French silk pie, man. It was super fun.
Agreed. That was your first show in quite some time, right?
That's right.
Do you remember the last show you had played before that?
I feel like it was 2018 or some nonsense. We did a bunch of stuff with Sylvan Esso, good friends of ours, and then maybe one or two shows, and then we started writing a record, and we were just set to get it out and tour, and then a bunch of other stuff happened.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, who could? Who
Very
could know?
cryptic, yeah. So, speaking of 2018 and the band and Sylvan Esso and a whole bunch of other things, Collections of Colonies of Bees has long been a mutating, ever-changing thing. And for your last record, which was entitled Hawaii, which came out in 2018, this was the first one to feature some proper singing from people, and notably, of course, the addition of Marielle there, the great Marielle Allschwang. So
Indeed.
let's give it up for her.
Indeed.
So what inspired? I mean, Collections of Colonies of Bees, Chris, has been going on since the 90s. Am I right? 1998 or so.
Yeah, that's right. In 1,000 different iterations, like you said.
So how did you finally, in 2018, land upon this idea to have folks singing some lyrics?
I don't know. Does anyone remember? We knew. Obviously, we've known and played with Mary in other projects and things like that for years and years and years. And I don't know. It just seemed logical to just try something new. And we kind of challenged her because she's not only singing with Dan Spack, who's singing amazing, by the way, but we kind of challenged her with this. Yes, there you go. Spack family in the house. We challenged her with this ridiculous looping situation that's connected to my rig. And she pretty much not only had to learn all the songs and figure all the vocal stuff out, but had to learn a whole new instrument at the same time. So, and she nailed it, obviously.
I think it's a fantastic addition, and no time like the present. And what a fantastic addition. So we heard a song from Hawaii, I believe. That was the one you kicked off with.
Yep, that's right.
And then you followed it up with a new track. And I think we're going to, if my notes are correct, we're going to be kind of sticking to that format for more or less for the...
That's what it looks like to me.
Okay, well, I'm glad we're all on the same page. So let's hear some more music. Take it away.
Sweet, guys. Thanks.
attitude. You're gonna need it fast as hell. You're just gonna teach them to shoot. Attitude, it's all how you mean it. Sad too, 'cause this is the best you can do. Brave too, you're gonna need it fast as hell. You just gotta teach them to shoot. Attitude, it's all how you mean it. Sad too, 'cause this is the best you can do. But now, is that what you meant when you said you were going? In the sun, kids are all crazy and likely to lose it. So
a dance. He found another girl on the way. Girl on the stairs looks a wonder to me today, weighing and counting her days till he's home again.
No need to love.
With all this in the way, I know you'd love all the trees where you'd be going if she believed, running for love. Though you're totally strangers, passing the days, cursing them all, while you wait.
Girl, you're a loved one and loving the ones that they're singing about. Waiting for light to come to you. Hole in the ceiling. Boy, you're a loved one. Let's hope that you love like the way you were told. In a cool cafe, just like the others. Girl, you're a loved one and loving the one that they're singing about. Waiting for light to come to you. Hole in the ceiling. Girl, you're a loved one. Let's hope that you look like the way you were told. In a cool cafe, just like the others.
Oh, buddy, what more do you need? Collections of Colonies of Bees live here on WMSE, coming to you from Anodyne Coffee here on Bruce Street. Can I just personally say that song ruled?
Oh, hey, thank you.
That's a new one.
That's
am
a
I
new
right?
one. Yeah, so we're recording a record right now, and that one will be on it. So that's great for you.
Awesome. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Let's talk about kind of the current and future and maybe recent past. I think you teased the idea that right before the pandemic that y'all were working on some sort of album. Is that what we're going to hear soon, or has that been shelved? Has that been changed? What's going on?
It's a great question. It's what you're going to hear, but it's been through the meat grinder so many times. And it's still in the grinder because we thought we were going to record it, release it, and then play it live, and now we've played it so many times that we're probably going to have to change it again. But we're not. So, yeah, it'll be the same stuff that we started before the pandemic.
It's interesting you mentioned that because you can tell just seeing you guys live here that there's a lot of that the live interplay is really important. So I would imagine kind of trying to record during the pandemic. I know you put out one single, I think sometime in
We
the
totally
pandemic.
did. Yep, it's like somewhere in there.
That was called Heart Fake. Is that
That's right, yeah.
And that was done all.
Dan forgot that.
Oh yeah. So we won't be hearing it
It's
tonight.
true, you did.
So how was that? How was it? Because, like I said, it seems that you guys really thrive on that live interplay. How was it recording remotely, I would imagine sending files back and forth and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, two things. Like, first, it was a drag, right? Because we couldn't hang out. Second, it was amazing and eye-opening because we all just kind of sprinkled it with whatever we wanted with no input from anybody else and gave it all to Dan, and then his brain spit it out into the world. And it was amazing. Like, we still use some of that process now. Like, we learned a ton from that, you know? So it was not what we would have ever planned to do, but I feel like it was a good learning experience.
Kind of a silver lining. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to hear.
Silver
So
lining.
it's great that that has kind of informed what we'll be hearing in the future. Fantastic.
The interesting thing about Heartfake is it has like a word as a title, whereas these new songs tonight,
all right, Cal.
I think they're like individual letters.
They're
Now, this
working
isn't the first
titles.
time.
They're just working titles, and they'll probably just end up being the same. That usually is what ends up happening.
Because you put out an album. There was an album in 2014 that had all just letters as titles. So,
Is that right?
Set, it was called. You guys don't remember recording anything, do you?
I mean, I don't know.
So these are not reworkings of old songs. These are just new songs without titles.
No,
yet.
if there was a song called "C" on an old record, this is a different song. That I can tell you.
We could tell. So for this new material, are you guys doing it all yourselves? Or are you working with people, collaborating with anyone, producers, other people involved?
No, just ourselves. For no real reason, then that's just, I don't know, that's just what we've been doing. We know a lot of people, but we're just doing it ourselves.
Do we have a timeline for the new record?
I mean,
Can you drop a exclusive with us? What's the date?
well, the goal is to get it done like in winter and get it out in spring. So that's the goal.
Good.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Of 25.
Yeah, you didn't specify a year, but
And I will not.
spring.
And then in 10 years, you can re-release it with all those original versions as bonus tracks that will
There you
never
go.
be otherwise.
We're getting somewhere, everybody.
All right, well, now that we have that settled, I think it's time for a little more music.
Sweet.
Couple
Thanks,
more
guys.
songs. Thanks. Collections of Colonies of Bees on WMSE's Local Live.
Your name's the only one for me. I ruined my eyes just to be awake in time for best of three. Made it to the end. What do I see? I found the end. Wish you could see it from here. Little clouds, little hills, big lakes, a mirror in the trees. Armor beginning and
dancing. He's like,
It's
what I always meant.
One for the garden,
And one for the floor.
it's a tricky sin, but I love it, man. Now here you are, it's like way too cool. It's a shame
Of
of
it all, you promised her more,
but you did what you could, and I like your chances. It's the same. You were wasting hours waiting for you, not unlike before. It's always the same. You were wasting hours waiting for
the kind of girl I was before.
Amazing stuff. Collections of Colonies of Bees here on WMSE's Local Live. I just want to say what an honor it is for us to be able to bring these new songs of yours to the world here on WMSE. So thanks for
I mean,
bringing
yeah.
us all this new stuff. This is so exciting.
It's super exciting for us. Like we've talked about, it's been a hot minute, so really appreciate it. Feels real good.
Now, as Matt was talking about earlier, your album in 2018, Hawaii, was the first one to incorporate vocals. Now, with these new songs, was there any change in your approach as far as like writing or arranging these songs that you learned from?
I'm not talking about this. They're going to talk about this.
Ah, okay.
No.
Exactly the same, huh?
It is. We changed topics.
Well, naturally.
What kind of topics are we talking about these days? What topics can be finally broached with lyrics?
I was kind of lying, but there's a lot of talk about Twitter on this one.
About Twitter.
What?
Yeah.
Go on.
Snapchat's in it. There's a lot of social media involved in this one. The last one was only murder. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad.
A guy and a girl break up in one of the songs too, though.
Well, let's
so there's
talk.
a breakup song.
Real world problems.
Yeah. So
But
we've
it's
covered.
over Twitter.
We've covered Twitter. We've covered Snapchat. Can we follow you on the Snapchat? Is there a Coco Bees
No,
Snapchat?
none of us have any of that stuff.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there really should be. Someone get on that. Some kind of intern. Can we work on that? I have a great question that's terrific for radio. It's about a music video. So recently, you released a music video from a track from Hawaii, and that
Yep.
track was "Harms."
That's right.
So this was kind of a long in the works video, and it's a fantastic video. If you're sitting at home in front of your computer, dial it up right now. Watch it. It is fantastic. It is gorgeous. It is evocative. It's lovely. It features Marielle kind of dancing in one of those those what do you call them?
Oil lamp.
One of those funky rain lamps that our grandparents all had, right?
Well, definitely our director, Heather Haas, knows all about it.
Yeah,
It was
can we-
really foreign to me, but
Can we talk about that? I know Heather directed this, and it really shares a lot of DNA with videos that we've seen for like Group of the Altos or your solo stuff as well, Marielle. Can we just talk about the creation of that video and Heather as well?
okay, well, I guess that's me.
Sorry to put you on the spot there.
No, I was just looking over at Chris, who was mid-sip.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Start. I'll pitch
Sure. Well, similar to the aquarium video that we did or we released in 2016 for a solo album. It's like a combination of these sort of fantastical, where the biotic world meets the sort of uncanny valley of the artificial world, and yet somehow Heather really fuses those things and makes flower sculptures on all of our bandmates in this strange, transforming elemental world look very seamless and immersive and really colorful and beautiful. So, yeah, she's a wizard, and it was. I keep thinking of the word athletic when I think of it, because really to stand still doing something is harder than it looks. But so commend all of these bees over here for doing that as well, for the sake of art. But yeah, we love it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic video, and that was for Harms from 2018's Hawaii. Like I said, if you're sitting at home, dial it up. You won't be disappointed. It's a lovely video.
Thanks.
Chris, over the years, you've had a lot of members of collections of colonies of bees that have kind of gone on to do other things that people have certainly heard of. A lot of local heroes like John Mueller and Tom Winsek,
Yep.
Nick Sanborn.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite or a couple of?
Do you have a favorite ex-bee? Is that what you're asking me? Let's talk about this on the radio.
Sophie's
favorite
choice
human
here, yeah.
being? No, I'm just wondering if you have a favorite project that maybe didn't get enough recognition by an ex-member or even a current member that you'd like to shout out.
I mean, Nick's not going to, bug me for saying this. But Sanborn's project, Sylvan Esso, probably doesn't need any more hype, so I think we're good there. I will say, John Mueller has stuff going on constantly. He releases records constantly. It's all insanely amazing stuff, as it always has been. And to be honest, Tom Winsek as well is doing, he played in Field Report with Chris Porterfield and stuff for a while. But he's revamped All Tiny Creatures as well. They played on Saturday with us, and it was insane. It was bananas. So I would definitely keep Tom Winsek and All Tiny Creatures on the radar. Absolutely.
The only thing missing from Saturday really actually was a set of stand-up comedy. That would have really made it, I got to say. Do you know anyone who does stand-up?
I mean, I don't know anybody that does stand-up.
You don't know yourself.
All right. I dabbled. It's very nerve-wracking.
Is there any chance of catching you at a stand-up performance anytime soon? Or are we just-
possibly.
Possibly, okay.
So I have a very, very, what I would consider a very existential question, and not about me, but about you. I guess anyone can answer, but Chris, I guess I'm looking at you for this. As we've talked about throughout the show, Collections of Colonies of Bees, this is a project that has changed many, many times over the past 24 years or so. We've seen members come, we've seen members go, we've seen this project mutate into things like a Volcano Choir, of course, with Justin Vernon. We've just seen it change so often over the years. So my question to you is, what exactly is this band? Is it
Christ's
you? Is it something bigger? Is it an idea?
No, it's a good question. I've never been asked this question. I don't think it's me. I mean, I feel like my DNA is kind of woven throughout the kind of lattice of the whole trajectory. But I think it's more about the players that I'm playing with. I mean, none of these songs sound anything like anything that I've ever written. It's all about the friends that I'm playing with at the time.
It's all about the friends you made along the way.
That's true.
Beautiful. So the current configuration, is this something? I know we talked about a new record coming out. Is this kind of a configuration you see going into the future, even further perhaps than just this next record?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think we've just scratched the surface. There's a ton more that we can screw up, I think.
Well, why don't we see if you can screw up one more song
We'll
for
try.
us here before
We'll
the
try.
end of the program. Here we are one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Collections of Colonies of Bees.
Thanks. Also, FYI, the name of this song, the working title is C. Just so we're bringing that all back. This one is C.
how to lose herself.
She lost it right away.
Were you gone? Ooh,
I was out of love.
probably pissing right away.
Bet you could find yourself
Better with the lights on.
Get up, girl. Gotta hold on, hold on. Get your restless heartache through the door.
You can get your there's lights on the floor. Just dance till you get to the door.
You can go again.
You can get your there's lights on the floor. Just dance till you get through the door.
When you go again, she can dance.
Knows how to lose herself.
She lost it right away.
Were you gone?
I
Ooh,
was out of love.
probably pissing right away.
Bet you could find yourself
Better with the lights on.
Get up, girl. Gotta hold on.
Get your
Restless heartache through the door.
You can get your there's lights on the floor. Just dance till you get to the door.
You can go again.
You can get your there's lights on the floor. Just dance till you get through the door.
When you go again.
You can get your there's lights on the floor. Just dance till you get to the door.
You can go again.
You can get your there's lights on the floor. Just dance till you get through the door.
When you go again.
Guys.
The mighty collections of colonies of bees, folks. Chris, before we go, can I just ask you, do you have any other shows coming up or anything you want to tell people about?
We do. Actually, I have permission to say this. We're playing the Bayview Bash. We're playing the Rushmore stage at the Bayview Bash, which is going to be amazing. We've had this on the books for like 3 years. We're finally going to do it. We're also playing Flannel Fest at the Coop with all those guys down there, and then a bunch of other stuff coming up. But those are two coming up soon.
All
Thanks for
great.
asking.
Yeah, how can people keep tabs on upcoming events in the Cocoa Bees world?
Collections Bees, just at Collections Bees, Insta and Twitter and whatever. I guess those two, not Snapchat apparently.
Do you have it? Oh,
Wait, what? Yeah, we do have it.
never mind. We have it. I rescind my earlier comment.
All right, well, that about does it for us, folks. Tonight's edition of Local Live was broadcast and live streamed from Anodyne on Bruce and Walker's Point. Local Live is a production of 91.7 FM WMSE, produced by myself and Matt Wild. And Matt, thanks once again for co-hosting with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Cal. Thanks for having me.
Well, wonderful to have you. And audio and video engineered by Knieverland Productions. All graphics by Rock Design and band hospitality by Transfer Pizza. And Local Live is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space. Thanks to our audience for coming out. You guys were fantastic.
Yeah.
And thanks to the band. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Can't thank you guys enough.
You can find upcoming guests and archives of past Local Live segments at WMSE.org. Tune in next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for an interview with Peter Mulvey. I would imagine he'll be talking about, he's got a new record with Sister Strings, right? I'm
Yes,
sure
he does.
He's talking about that. He's a very busy fellow these days. And stay tuned for more details about next month's show here at Anodyne, another live show. These shows are free. They're fantastic. Thanks to everyone for coming out here. Thanks to MSE. Thank you to Cocoa Bees. Good night, Milwaukee.